All right, team, here we go. Final day of the week. Let's get it over and done with. Let's not make any mistakes. And then we make it to the weekend and we get to have a good time with all our friends and family. So today, let's not do anything stupid, okay? Starting off on the daily chart as we always do. You can see this has actually ended up being a fairly typical week, although they didn't make it hard. They did make it hard. Monday, Tuesday, inside Monday, Tuesday, finally get outside Monday, Tuesday. Can we expand higher at this point? That's the question. Are buyers exuberant enough to buy all-time highs for this push higher, or do we need some form of rebalance before going up, or was all this complete fluff and we end up turning down again? I'd say at the moment it's showing that sellers are really not interested. All right, they've had a go here and they failed, a go here and they failed, a go here on Tuesday and they failed. They are failing to take out lows for this big move. So we have to respect this level here, 23,000. Right, that's where we broke out from. 23,080. Let's make this blue. Let's delete this altogether. All right, that's the level I'm watching. As long as we're holding that, technically, in my point of view, we're bullish. Now, we can get very, very bullish if they're willing to hold these highs up here, which you're going to see on the other charts in a minute. If they're willing to hold what is basically RBS right here, if you can let me draw it, that old high, we break through it. If it holds it, it's got the ability to drift higher. You'd be buying high to go higher. Unfortunately, that's the market we're in at the moment. Not my favorite, but there we go. Higher time frame charts. Let's move into hourlies. Just focus on this chart with me down here first, because there's a lot to get through here. Okay, here's your failed breakdown on Tuesday and Wednesday. There's your pivot back up. And Thursday, we have this hold of this RBS level and a big pumperama all the way to the top side, now basing over all-time highs. What have we left here? Well, even on a 4-hour, we have left a big imbalance. Right, this is quite a large move, quite quick. And we dial that down to the 1 hour. And you'll see it lines up pretty well. You've got 1 hour gap, 1 hour gap, and old high. So I'm interested in how the market reacts if it comes down here. If it comes down here, is this a reprice for some bullish structure to go back and take out highs? Now, the highs were created overnight, which means for me, they are sitting there to be taken. Doesn't mean they have to be taken today. Maybe today's a rebalance day and we end up down here. Maybe today we come down into the balance and we react and we go, hey, we're bullish enough to go for the highs. Maybe today we come down into here, there's no buys, and it goes, oh, we're just going to collapse all the way back down. All these things are possible. But this area here in this blue and grey box is going to be key. All right, it's going to be key. You can see overnight, if we move in, and yesterday thin volume, matching up with this imbalance, thin volume gets a bit thicker here. So this is the area, but they will need to hold if they're to go on a straight pump this morning. Otherwise, I'd say a breakdown of this area here, you're getting into thin structure, and it can at least come down to 180, 190, all right, into here. So if we get under this, there's a rotation, there's a short, this would be counter trend, but there's a short rotation possible down for a rebalance. How we act in here will be key. Do we put in some bullish structure like yesterday, like something like this? Or do we just keep failing? Is it just like, hey, we're taking our profits at the highs and we're just going to keep failing down? All these things are possible. We're trading all-time highs, which means anything's possible up here. Move down into the lower time frame. And then let's go through the mag. So you can see at the moment, we've got a bit of a peak formation overnight. This was the drive up yesterday. This was yesterday afternoon, chop and slop. And this was Asia. Peak formation, rolling back over. You have to be careful if they're going to do this. Otherwise, it's a 2-leg and they can hold it. So all to play for here. High time frame remains bullish. One thing I've just noticed, and it happened yesterday, my kill zones have disappeared. I wonder if that indicator stopped working. Maybe time. If I load it back on again. Give me a second here, folks. disappeared, isn't it? Yep. They've all disappeared. Something's going on my charts. I don't want that. That can go away. Oh well. I don't know what's going on there, but they've gone. Very odd. Reset after today. Okay. Let's focus on this. Sorry for team. Let's have a look at the MAG and the VIX and everything else. All right, so ES first. Gapping up at the moment, holding RBS. Same kind of thing. Bit of a peak formation high. This is the same kind of level that we just went over. All right, there's your resistance. Does it become support? If we get stuck under here, there's a bigger wash possible. There's also a trap low in here at the moment. It's just had a big drive up to take out these highs, and it's being sold into. So internal overnight liquidity is doing the drives at the moment. So we're just going to let that settle down. SPY looks pretty good. All right, cash market looks pretty good. There's your pre-market high. QQQ cash market again looks pretty good, basing above the chop from yesterday. If we think about this chop from yesterday, chop, 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 and basing above here. All right, when we start to let go, really underneath here is where I get interested both sides of the market. VIX at the moment, coming back down towards this guy right here. This is where buyers stepped in, you can see. All right, so if VIX finds a bid anywhere down to sort of 16s, low 16s, and does this, we'll probably go a bit of risk off in the market into the weekend. So be aware of that. Let's have a look at the MAG. On the right chart, yeah. That looks terrible from Apple, doesn't it? This thing's just stuck in a range and has been all week. Slightly expanded the range higher, but that doesn't look the best chart right there. That looks better. So big drive up yesterday from Microsoft, trying to base at the highs, might need to rebalance. Remember, if it rebalances, it can come all the way back down here before going back higher. So it all depends right now if we're going to go into some profit taking for the weekend. Amazon gapping up over previous day high. It's going to try and get up into this zone at the moment from the looks of it. Goog gapping up well over RBS levels. Goog can afford a pullback to find buyers. Meta still stuck down here. Still stuck around the 700s. All right, it needs to find some buyers over the next few sessions to get going again. Nvidia, all-time highs inside previous day. This is your level. 172 to 170 is all the way down here. Okay, fail 172. We probably back test 170 for the millionth time this week. Held 172, then we have the ability to hold, to go higher. Remember, overall, all time frames are bullish at the moment. Tesla trying to get back into its supply up here, so you can see similar thing to what we had. Peak formation, push pull, failed, putting in a low off the higher time frame algorithm right here, and it's trying to get back. So decision point for Tesla today. Not in agreement, this MAG so far, from what I'm looking at. They are not in agreement. They're all doing different things. This is blue, but this really is not, it's not like a major level. Let's just tone that down a bit. That's not really a major level. All right, it's under it that I'm more interested in. Right, let's see who's in here. I swear that light is getting stronger and stronger every day. Maybe we can just tone it down a little bit. There we go. Morning all. Morning, Clint, Coop, Thumper, Miguel, Jeff, Ken, John Dennis. Oh, thank you very much, my friend John, with the super chat. $20 for my Friday coffees. Appreciate it. Morning, Marek, Christy, Toby, ERF, Richard, DK, Leron, Owen, Nate the Great, Andrew H, Jesse M, Trentry, Ryan, Willa, Raphael, Brandon, BU, John Dennis, Bart, Bowden, Patrick, Vanderman, Greg, Aintus, morning mate, Ken, and Peter. She's fast asleep at the moment. She seems to be okay. The drugs have kicked in. One thing we haven't gone over is the book map today. Let's have a quick look at what's on the book. Not a whole 23,650. Let me see if this is on here, if that's a morning algo. It's way up higher. That's a wish order from someone. Okay. So biggest orders down below into sort of the 900s, 23,650, the biggest orders up top. So that's sort of probably the pin for the day. Down here, 252, you've got sort of a cluster, which would be the bottom of that range that we put in yesterday and this morning. You can see there's a bit of exuberance stepping in here at the moment, trying to drive us higher for now. They're trying to get up to those Asia highs by the looks of it. Zoom this in, or is it London highs? London highs are trying to get up to London highs, which is current all-time high. Yeah, exactly, Coot. Morning, Peter. Morning, Firewater. Morning, James. Yeah, it is already straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. We're in a chop. We're in a new chop zone, basically. We created chop yesterday afternoon. Those who stayed on stream will have seen that I became uninterested in trading after we had the low-hanging fruit, and you will see what happened the rest of the day. We did pretty much nothing. We chopped sideways, didn't we, the rest of the day? Built liquidity. ES was teaching shorts a lesson, which was nice to see. But we pretty much just did this. This, for me, is not what I like to trade. This is horrible trading. And that all happened because we had low-hanging fruit up to here, and then we're like, okay, we are finished for the day. Thanks very much. So it all depends now how much exuberance is there from buyers. Remember, we've taken out all-time highs yesterday. Do they want to continue that move higher this morning or today? Or are they going to come back into this area here for a rebalance? And then how do we react when we get down there? That's the other key thing. Once we get down there, how are we reacting? If we get down there, might not get down there at all. Might not get down there at all. So a few minutes left here. Remember, we've also got news at 10 o'clock today. News at 10. Wow. Are you for real? Did that just happen? Okay, all-time high taken then. Oh, gosh. Seriously. Seriously. So there's a swipe of all-time high. Lots of nonsense already this morning. We're not even open. Or is there a news driver for that? Or is that just someone stuck? Can't see anything. I can't see anything. We're a minute out from open. I'm assuming was an imbalance and someone stuck. Let's turn you off. Let's turn you off. All right, here we go, folks. 30 seconds left. Big drive up, sold straight back into, taking out the all-time highs We are going to be very patient this morning after seeing that. Very patient after seeing that. Happy Friday, yo. Here's the open. Just watching the book, let this settle down. Trading at the old all-time highs right now. That red line, remember, was the old all-time high yesterday that we set in during the New York session, which is previous day high. We've just swept the overnight high, which was the new all-time high. We just swept that out, and we've come straight back in. Let's get an anchor on this as well, if it would let me. Happy Friday. Mag all opening up green here, other than Meta. Meta trying to go red to green at the moment. Morning, Beetle. Morning, everyone. Just letting this settle down. As you can see, it's being a bit nutso at the moment. Overall, we are bullish. We're holding yesterday's, that pullback just held yesterday's point of control. It was just a little bit shy of it, but this morning, all the pullbacks are holding old point of control from yesterday, developing a point of control from today. I'm saying that volume shelf sort of down towards the 50, down towards here. This dark blue box. Under that, we get a thinner. Mag now trying to all go green. Meta is attempting to push with everything else. Trading up to that New York Open. ES has not taken out overnight high yet, just so you're all aware. So you have divergence there because NQ took out overnight high in that last push up. So to mark this out. Is New York Open being tapped into at the moment? Are they able to buy through this and start squeezing for the day, or are we just going to go chop slop, which is what it feels like at the moment? Seems like they're anxious for the weekend. Oh, I doubt it. They're probably just playing games. I think when you're that rich, you've got no anxiety about anything. All right, Meta still 30% down. Rest of the market looking pretty strong. Tesla, the strongest out there at the moment, 1.45% up. I mean, look at this liquidity. Most of the liquidity is higher, other than those buyers down at 23,250. So one thing I would say, trying to see if there's anyone lower than that at the moment. Not really. 23,250, edge of that range. Edge of this range at the moment. That's where there's big liquidity pool hanging out for now, which would be the old point of control as well, like we just talked about. So I'm waiting here to see if we dive into this, if we dive lower and form a trap, or if we get down here, turn back inside and fail for a lower price, or if we're just going to base out up here all day. What I will not do is trade sideways action today. We had a decent recovery after what was an awful start to the week. Still holding previous all-time high for now. On NinjaTrader, yeah, it will be, because NinjaTrader calculates its open and closes slightly differently. Always has. Don't ask me why, I can't tell you, but that's what they do. So they're trying to break out of the old Globex here. Still stuck. Trading backwards and forwards. ES trading at VWAP right now, a bit weaker. Nothing to do here for me. I'm just looking at this sort of hourly chart and M15 chart and thinking, no. No thanks. Not right now. Let it build and break one side and then we can make a decision. No. Oh, yeah, for the New York Open, if you're using NinjaTrader, yeah, you've probably got to move it to 931 for that open. So Tesla 1.60% up, Nvidia 0.5% up, Google 1.13% up, Amazon 0.40% up, Microsoft 0.13% up, Apple 0.11% up, Meta just under 0.5% down. Yes, I don't know why they do it, honestly. Honestly. And we've got news coming at 10, folks. News at 10 o'clock. Get tissue here. Be right back, folks. No change. This is New York. Green. Microsoft now gone red. Meta trying to recover a little bit, but still 1/3% down. We've got those buys at 23,250. I'd like to see us come in, clean some of this out, and then make a decision, ideally. Lots of liquidity just sat down there at the moment. As we know, recently the market has been unwilling to do that move. VIX fresh low on the day. It's up to you what you use for Globex. It should come in standard. Let me check what I have. You're talking about the NinjaTrader one, right? I run from 7 till 5. Okay, here we go. Going for to clean up those levels now by the looks of it. Those 50s we just talked about, they're on the book. You can see them. We talked about it earlier. They're on the book down here. I want to see if we clean these guys out and if we find bids off it, or if we're going to actually go into a sell. Apple testing its close price, Microsoft testing its close price, everything coming back down at the moment, testing close prices. So Apple, Microsoft testing close prices. Amazon, Google still over 0.5% away, Nvidia 1/3% away, Tesla 1.36. So still didn't clear out all the liquidity. We tagged some of it, but we've still left liquidity down there right now. Ugly, ugly, ugly. We're not going to clear it out. They're going to make it hard. No, I'm not moving to Quant Tower. I have it, but I like Ninja. There's only a couple things with Ninja. It's like Control Z. I wish that worked, and I wish the candles were the same as everything else. But other than that, I really like Ninja Trader. But lots of people like Quant Tower. It is powerful. It's good. It's got its own copier in as well, I think. Your New York Open is 9:30. It doesn't matter what time frame it's on. That's the New York Open, 9:30 on the dot. So it shouldn't look different on higher time frames or anything like that because you're plotting the time. You're plotting 9:30. You're not plotting anything else. The exact price at 9:30. But yeah, I mean, if you're plotting the hourly high or close at 9:30, it's going to be a problem. But if you're plotting the exact time at 9:30, and you should be fairly easy. Should be exactly the same. But yeah, like if it's plotting it off higher time frames and you're getting a weird print, then just plot it on the lower time frame. It needs to be the exact print of 9:30 because that is the time at which we open up the market. That's how you know if we're over or under. I'm in for a back test of VWAP here and of previous day high. This action is lame. So possible sell back down here into those 50s. If they trap here and shorts don't get the breakdown, you know what happens. We go screaming to the upside. We have not cleared out the levels down below, so it's very hard to think about a long at the moment. Can't do a bracket order with the group on Tradeify. Yeah, it might. I don't know if it works with a bracket order for the following accounts. Unfortunately, that's one of the reasons I really like Ninja Trader because it does. All right, 3 minutes left till we get our orb. Current range on the day, very small, 52 points. Exactly, I'm the same as Coop. Potential bear flag building here to try and get down, but this is where all that liquidity is sat. And if they don't break down, then we're going to go straight back upside because the main time frame wants to move upside. So this is nasty. We have divergence where we have swept the highs pre-market and are unable to get underneath the lows, and ES has not done a thing. Normally, I would be leaning short having seen this, thinking that we're going to come and clean this up. But in this market the last few weeks, it's very hard to think about that. Does everyone else have that? Larry saying, can I... Volume's low. I don't have it as low, and I tested the recordings, and I can see it here. If I speak up, it's peaking into green, so... Not sure about that. Okay. ES coming back down to try and test its current New York low, which is around previous day high. So ES trapped between VWAP and previous day high. Just sit like you should be sitting on your hands really here, folks. Normally I'd be leaning short, but I definitely don't trust it. Look at everything stacked together. Lower time frame algo, New York VWAP, 24-hour VWAP, deep pullback flow zones, previous day high, momentum flow zones. It's ugly. It's ugly. UGLY. It's ugly. What was his name? Bubba something? Anyone remember that? Bubba something. Bubba Sparks. That was it, wasn't it? Bubba Sparks. So yeah, still rejecting VWAP right now. Mag all green other than Meta. Like I said, I don't trust the short. Normally I'd be thinking about a short to come and clean out Globex. At the moment, I don't trust it. Not one bit. Even looking at ES, orders both sides at the moment. I want to wait till it's just stacked one side. I want to see one side get trapped. Wait 23,250 and wait for a retest. Well, there's lots under that here, so you got to be careful you don't get trapped if you're going to play 250s. They're not going to make it easy. If they're going to do it, you need to see this, and then somewhere in here, I'd imagine bulls come back in. But they might not let it happen at all. They might just keep trapping. Yeah, Deliverance was a big tune, man. Go on, make me feel old. What year did that come out? Here's a clear out. Still liquidity sat at 250 that they've left, like we talked about. ES into its VWAP. SPY into its VWAP. QQQ into its VWAP here. So they're all trading from under up into it, banging into it at the moment. $19.72. Get out of here, Lee Kim. Get out of here. I wasn't even born back then. This thing's in a hurry now. Shorts failed to get that rotation into 50s. It's in a hurry at this moment, but we can't long right here. This is horrible price action. VIX trying to break low of day. QQQ and SPY trying to get over their VWAPs. How long we got until a 5-minute bar close? 2 and a bit minutes. We're talking about Bubba Sparks' Deliverance, which would have been produced by Timberland. Definitely not 1972. Plan today, well, we're waiting to see if liquidity can get cleaned out one side. Plan today is we've got a big imbalance down here, so I want to see if they trade into it, cleaning all this lot out. All right, we're building trendline liquidity here. Do we trade into it, trap, reclaim to go highs? Or do we get stuck for a rotation down? Or at the moment, it shows an unwillingness to break down at all, and we might just keep drifting higher at this point, but we're going to have to wait and see. We've got news coming at 10 o'clock, which I'm very, very aware of. Yeah, VIX is melting, you're right. It's into high time frame demand I've got here in my other chart. So from 1635 all the way down to 1597, basically 16 evens. I think we might have to wait for consumer sentiment here. So far, we are trading in a 52-point range. Are they going to hold dips to start driving higher at this point? Just sat on hands. We had a great day yesterday, remember, folks. We had a really good day yesterday. Not every day is a perfect trading day. At the moment, we're not seeing perfect action for a great trading day. We're just waiting. We are waiting. I don't think there's a setup here right now. Maybe you see things differently to me, but right now, what I'm looking at, there's no setup. Even the hourlies, everything's just stuck. So this is what my P&L looks like, right, when we're stuck. Nothing. Nada. Nothing. It's like this all day. We're going to have to do another awful quiz. Hmm. 03, there you go. 03. Here's a retest of that massive cluster. Lower time from algo, deep pullback, previous day high, momentum clouds, VWAP, 24-hour VWAP, New York VWAP, all stacked here. Everything stacked in a range which is 11 points big. Everything here, 11 points. Mag all green other than Meta. Meta 0.25% down. Tesla on a drive right now, 2.45% up on the day. We are still underneath the New York Open. Is one thing I would say. There's the break. So now they've cleared out. This is ugly. How much did we clear there? Not a lot. Didn't clear any of this. Didn't clear any of these guys. These are not favorable conditions. Like I said earlier, normally I'd be leaning short given that we swept the overnight high, but I just don't trust how this market's moving right now. I'm not seeing any news here, really. Trump says big signing at 2:30 at the White House. Well, thank God I will be gone by then, as long as you stick to your word, Donald, and don't do it now instead of 2:30 like you tend to do. Exactly, Ryan. Yeah, good week this week. Don't give it back. That's exactly it, especially on a Friday. Nothing worse than giving back your week on a Friday. So, yeah, still holding high time frame demand at the moment. We have 6.5 minutes until we have consumer sentiment coming out. So far, we whipped down through opening range low. Didn't even get to PDC and finding a bid. Let's see if ES cleared some out there on the book. Still liquidity beneath on ES as well. It just still feels like a range to me, and I don't like trading ranges, as we all know. Oh. What a bore. Do you remember yesterday I was like, I'm not going to trade Friday. I might stay in bed. I'm starting to wish I'd stayed in bed. I'm starting to really wish I'd stayed in bed. 55-point range. 25 minutes into the day. Are we going to sweep lower at this point? Bids here at 60s and 50s. Sellers up at 320s right now. So hourly candles looking kind of nasty. Look at that hourly candle. Doesn't look good, does it? So 60 taken. Are they going to drift into 50s? There's 50s, 45s, 40s, 35s there for the taking if they want them. Remember, those are the starting to be into the levels where they can trap down here. That's where the imbalance is. If you look at your H1, your H4, your old high, all the way down into 23,223, and a shelf down into 230. And really, that shelf is 250. Point of control from yesterday, 250. It gets pretty thin underneath that. So that's your trap or your wash level. They will need to make a decision when we get into 250, which we're only 10 points away from. No worries, Coop. Yeah, either something will be there or it won't. It's all right. I haven't seen any messages in Discord yet. Let me have a look. Yeah, exactly. Morning, Bella. Thanks for the email this morning. I'll get something done for next week. I'll have a think about it. So liquidity is still below. You can see liquidity below. We're coming into a new H4 right here. New H4, new H1. That liquidity below, we will either wash through it and start selling for the day, or that is the trap level down there. Like we said, it's underneath some swing lows from yesterday afternoon. PDC coming up here. Right, here we go. So we're starting to trade into those players that we just talked about on the book. They will need to make a decision. Think about the higher time frame. This is decision point. This is volume shelf. Either we come down in here, reclaim, and we go on a squeezer. So either we clear out, right, dip down into thin structure and reclaim very quickly, and we go on a squeezer, or we start rejecting this and we go on a deeper drive to fill some of this imbalance where we were thin on that move up yesterday. Two minutes left for this H1, H4. I'm just going to wait for it. I'm going to wait for this H1, H4 to print. Like I said, normally I would have been short, but I just don't like what I've seen so far this morning. Tesla now 3.17% up. Meta, the weakest one, 0.75% down. Still didn't take all that liquidity. Still lots of bids down there between 50 and 35, 25. They're all hanging out down there. Sellers here at 62s. Refreshing here at 65s now. And now they just left the book altogether. So all the liquidity is now downside. No one's on the book sell side up above. They all left the book. And you got 1 minute. Now they've just come back on the book. That's hilarious. I will wait for this news. Not trading into consumer sentiment. 5 seconds here, folks. Let's see if we get some volatility. There we go. There's your volatility. Oh, you gotta love it. H4, H1 with news, consumer sentiment. You gotta love it. Didn't on my charts, but looked like did on yours. Yeah. Yeah, it's moving the market. You can see the volume bump coming in as well. All right, let's have a look at this. 61.8 versus forecast. It came in hotter. 5-year inflation prelim 3.6 versus forecast 3.9. That came in cooler. So 5-year coming in cooler. Is that year over year? They haven't said, but it looks like year over year might have come in hotter, 5-year coming in cooler. That's what I'm seeing at the moment. Is that year over year or month over month? It doesn't actually state. But yeah, long term coming in cooler. Sentiment for July, 61.8. Yeah, so month over month coming in hotter, 5-year coming in cooler. Look at that swipe from VIX. All the way up, all the way back down. Probably because it would be direct access. It wouldn't surprise me if Quant Tower is normally pretty smooth with how it moves. There's one thing I've always said: the candles on Quant Tower do look very nice the way they move. No change then. Nothing swept. Now we've left relative equal highs in internal liquidity up here. Fantastic. And we haven't swept anyone down here. Fantastic. So for me, there's still no real play that I'm interested in at the moment. VIX trading new low of day. ES trying to reclaim VWAP here. And NQ near its current New York low of day. So we have massive divergence here. If we don't get improved conditions in the next 30 minutes or so, I will think about getting out of here. No way I'm watching 50-point range on a Friday, folks, after not a bad week of recovery, after a bit of a nightmare early week. I can't remember what day it was. It might have been Tuesday or something, Monday or Tuesday. Trade copy a nightmare. Still liquidity both sides of the book here. It's not like one side is trapped. VIX still trading at low of day. ES rejecting VWAP. There's no VWAP. Oh, there was. I might have deleted it accidentally. Thanks, Ryan. There was one. I probably deleted it by the looks of that. Right there he is. Okay, back to low of day then. Are we going to finally sweep now? So we're trading low of day while VIX is trading low of day. This is fantastic, isn't it? Still not through PDC. They're still absorbing PDC for now. Lots of liquidity lower. 50, 45, 40, 35, 25. All lower on the book. Lots of liquidity. There's your swipe. Have we taken... Oh, sorry, I've got to look left here. So we've taken everything other than these pivot lows from yesterday now, which are 35. So making a mental note of that, of 35 if we're going to trade down under those. Remember, the shelf here gets thin. If we trade under 35 and we don't recover, we get very thin, we're going to go in a sell. God, they've made this as hard as possible with that 10 a.m. candle. Hard as possible. Okay, so coming down towards that 35. Remember, we get thin here. Old high is 23s. Top of this blue box, this one here. I'd like to see us trade under 35 and then make a decision. Like to see us trade under 35, then make a decision. Nvidia, Amazon, and Microsoft all have the chance to go red here, folks. They're getting very close. They're coming to test PDC. Just so you know. Edge of this block. Come on, just go and take it, and then we're going to get some form of play for the rest of the day. Well, if ES can also do the same thing, ideally, not have massive divergence, that would be fantastic. They're drifting into that old H1 imbalance here. Set from 11 a.m. yesterday, so from 10 to 11 a.m. Also at H4 imbalance down there. Microsoft close to going green to red. Nvidia protecting it so far. Amazon protecting it so far. I'd like one more swipe down, and then if we're going to recover, that's fine. We can think about longs. If they swipe and then recover, we'll think about longs. If they swipe and stay heavy, then we're going to go into this imbalance. Unfortunately, the way this setup here is nasty, and they've done it for a reason, because they don't want to make this an easy play for us. Right, we're going to thin structure here, folks. So old high now is 23s. So I would say basically from 50 all the way down to 186 gets very, very thin. So once they sweep that wick at 34, we either go big flush, or we recover, trade back inside, trap all the shorts chasing for that reprice down here. This is the one thing you need to be careful of at the moment. And ES is nowhere near the same level. ES is holding on very, very well. SPY trading down towards its pre-market lows on the ETF. QQQ below it already. So relative weakness in the Qs today. Lots of liquidity down here still, 35 to 25. They're sat there on the book looking to get filled. And they just sat there passively on the book looking to get filled down there. I think it left it by a tick. The low was 234.50 and we hit a low of 236. This grey box was the low, basically. Get that nice and tight here. It's left it by a tick so far. Momentum's definitely shifted bearish, but just remember, we're coming into where those imbalances are, where those buyers are hanging out. We're just exploring the lower side of the range created yesterday afternoon and overnight, all right, to make it, try and put it in words that make sense. We're exploring the lower side of that range. If we get outside that range, we're going to explore the thin structure from where we did a big move yesterday. Lower time frame momentum is absolutely bearish, and we're in liquidity building stage, and we'll be in liquidity building stage all the way down to here, 182. ES still above PDC. SPY still above PDC. QQQ hanging out at PDC, same as NQ. And VIX still trading near low of days. Hilarious. We're leaving lots of liquidity. If you even think about this swipe here, we left this internal liquidity in. In fact, we built more shorts in here at this point. Donald making comments here about the Fed again. Pushing for Jerome Powell's resignation. Oh, man. All right, do they get the breakdown here? ES now finally closing its gap, folks. So ES has hit its PDC. It's filled its obligation to close its gap. He's calling him Mr. Too Late. Mr. Too Late. So yeah, gap filled on the ES. We're trading right next to that old wick from yesterday at 4 o'clock. The low of 4 o'clock. That's where we're trading very, very close to on NQ. All right. Can we get something? So far, not been able to grab anything in this. Into high time frame levels, we have a gap and high time frame down here. These are old imbalances. This is old all-time highs down in this area. If they drift into it and snap back, then we can think about a long. They're making the short really difficult because of this candle. If this candle had taken this and then failed, it would have been much easier. But they've built lots of liquidity in internally up here now, which is kind of gross. And we're also not sweeping to this gray level. We just need to tap that gray level and then we've filled an obligation. ES has completely filled its gap. SPY has not filled its gap here, folks. Just be aware of that. This feels like it's going to get heavy, but I can't chase this at this point. Feels like we're going to drift into a bit of a gap here. VIX trying to find a bid. We tapped it. We're tapping it. Is that a double bottom or is that a sweep now? Double bottom. I still want to see us break 34.25. Ideally, we don't do this. One point away. And the high time frame overall has been bullish. So this is a pullback. And we can pull back down to here and we can pull back into this and fill some of this thin structure. You can see right here. We can pull back into this and fill some of this thin structure. But this is the wick I'm watching here. This right here, this old wick. Do we just drift lower at that point? There we go. So finally taking that out. So finally we've met an obligation. SPY coming into its gap fill here as well. So SPY about to fill its obligation of gap fill. Market starting to go red. So Nvidia now red, Meta now red, Amazon now red, Microsoft now red, Apple not far away from red either. So Google and Tesla holding this market up as we trade back into the old high that we had from Tuesday 15th. So we're drifting into that old high, old block, where this blue starts, all right? So this is the start of an imbalance and the start of an old high structure. And that structure is pretty big. So it all depends what they want to do here. Now that we've swept, if it wants to start reclaiming levels, we will get a bullish trap option to go higher. If it doesn't reclaim, then we're going to look for deeper prices. Let me zoom out, see if there's any buyers much deeper. No. 23,200. That's the lowest buyer right now on the tape. 23,200. So ES trying to reclaim its PDC here. How it acts here is going to be important. Rejecting it on ES so far. So 15s here on the tape and then 200s. If you're in this short, you look really good. Oh, that 10 a.m. candle ruined this trade for me. So repricing into the imbalance. So we're now well into the imbalance, into the old highs. If it wants to go really deep, we're going to go 23,150 today. If it wants to go super deep, we're going to go 23,150. We are in very, very thin structure down here. You can see it on the volume profile. You can see it on that move up yesterday. You can see it on an H1. However you want to look at it, this is the thin structure. So we either start snapping back aggressively because it's going to protect it. Or it rejects that shelf now that we just broke down from. So maybe this here, where are you? Maybe this gets rejected at this point. This is key. $200's coming up here. You can see them on the book. They need to fill that 200. Apple almost red now as well. So the only ones left, Google and Tesla. Sorry. The Goog and Tesla. So into RBS level here. You can see it on an H1, potential RBS level and imbalance. So I wouldn't be a new money short down at this point. You should be covering or moving your stop down. Still think 23,200 wants to be filled. He's just sat there. Yes, really starting to let go at this point. Yeah, SPY into the same level now. So we're all into potential RBS levels. So this is the decision point for the market is this higher time frame pullback going to be absorbed? And are we then rotating back to highs now? Obviously, lower time frame momentum, very bearish. Can we reprice out of thin structure? Like we talked about, okay. Into thin structure, right here. Here's your RBS zone. So sort of say the first zone down to 200. We can just mark this up, actually. Clean this up a bit here. And if they hold this and start reclaiming the red block, then we're going to get very bullish and squeezy on the day. So SPY trying to get back to PDC. Remember, if we reclaim PDC, then you've gone from outside to inside, and that's where shorts get trapped. If we reclaim all this up here, that's where shorts get trapped, because they would have played for the break outside of the range. So far, we're protecting that range. Doesn't mean it can't go lower. Absolutely can go lower. But the trigger point is basically going to be that red block. If they reclaim that red block, shorts are going to be in trouble. SPY trying to Reclaim PDC again here. ES is not quite there yet. QQQ is not there yet. That's what they're looking to backtest, that red block at the moment. They want to backtest that red block and see if sellers want to push price lower, or if this is going to be the trap we talked about pre-market into the thin structure, reclaim, and then go back to highs. So decision point is coming up here in the market. There's sellers up to 50, buyers still at 200, still not filled at 200. They're trying to bid off here now, off this block, 20s. They're trying to get up into here. This yellow line, ideally, is where they want to go. I don't think they've made this easy today. I think that sweep before the open was horrible. And then that 10 a.m. candles left a lot of liquidity up there, which is also a bit tricky. But at least we've got the sweep of the lows, and then we're either going to get continuation lower now, or we're going to get a reclaim for a squeeze back up. So we are going to get one play, I think. It's just which one do they want to do at this point? Back to those 20s again. Buy here at 20s. I don't really care about New York midnight. I don't trade that. I don't think that's a thing. I know lots of people do. I don't really care about it. All right, that towards that red block. Remember the yellow line, PDC, that's going to be a key. And I guess Globex as well. Globex low if they reject it. So same kind of area. SPY, big rejection there. Oh my gosh, what is going on here, market? You're being mental again. That was a big market order. 162 lot, 22 lot, 5 lot, 21 lot, 223 lot, all selling. It's got to be a news algo or something. I can't compete with that. If we're going to be in stupid mode again. President called me this morning after the recession bill passed late last night and said, Mike, we're winning. This is a great moment. I told him, sir, it's a historic achievement. I don't know if that was to do with that. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it is in stupid mode. Like, it just tapped it and like instantly rejected. Didn't get up here. We would have liked to see it trace up there. ES almost got there, didn't quite get there. SPY got through PDC and failed. So it swiped through it and failed. VIX trying to find a bid, but still underneath PDL PDC right now. We're at the bottom. If you think about like a sort of a range today, we're sort of the bottom at this. I don't really want to be trading short at the bottom of that. Something like this. So grey boxes, H1, H4 imbalance. Blue boxes, old all-time highs. Red boxes, the area that we broke down from this morning, which could have been support, and they've probably turned it into some form of supply right now. So those are the areas I'm watching at this point. Want to see us trade up and see what we do here. I know we've had a rejection there, but I mean, that was so quick. So back down towards that 23,200. That's where the big block is at the moment. He's sat there, 77 lot. So new lows coming here, potentially. And then you get that 200. So new lows there. At least on NQ, not on ES yet. But he's on the book here at 200. Let me have a look if there's anyone lower. A little bit, not much. Maybe 190, 180. New low there on ES now as well. So we're comfortably underneath PDC. Here goes VIX into PDL PDC. Let's see what happens here. Still haven't filled that buyer at 23,200. I'd like to see that buyer get filled. 04s, 03s, 02s, 01s. There he is. Filled. Okay, finally. Bottom of channel here. I'm just annoyed that I couldn't get a short here at this point. This was going to be the easy move, and that was just too quick. Ruined my chances. I was waiting for push into here and some form of like little reaction. I was waiting for this from here. Now we're just going to break down now. Something like this was all I was looking for. Into high time from algo. Old VWAP coming up. This is, if you're in this, well done, folks. This is frustrating at this point. This feels like earlier in the week where we just get stupid moves out of nowhere and you can't get in at the price you want. So almost reprice this whole imbalance now. Afford to come down to 160s if it wants. VIX into PDL PDC here. Yeah, everything going red. Other than Google and Tesla, everything red. This can just be a huge high time frame pullback though, remember. This is still counter trend. This can be a high time frame pullback. It can still be absorbed in these areas. It was a big squeezy day yesterday. We're repricing yesterday's day at the moment. Reclaiming 200s here. Let me have a look at ES. ES looks like liquidity down at 330 right now. Still just sat on hands. This is a nightmare for me. Rejection of PDC here from the VIX. You did say it's going to grind down, but it doesn't mean I need to trade it. Like, I could flip a coin 50-50 and say it's going to go up or it's going to go down, and I'll be right every day. But if it doesn't give me the setup I want, then the best thing to do is to wait. And that's fine. It's absolutely fine. Not every day I'm going to get A+ setup. Yesterday was nice and easy. Today has not been nice and easy for my setup personally. It might be different for you. It might be different for other people. All I can do is trade my setup. Yeah, that 5 minute straight down. But look at every wick on 5 minute. Everything's repriced. It's been efficient every single time on the way down. Yeah, I agree. For me, it's hard to trade like that, Raf. Like, but for some people, they like this action, right? They would have just got short against PDC and taken that. Even though for me, this spike needed to take that liquidity for me to do that. I don't like that it's left that there. That's gross. But it's all, subjective. But maybe we come into these old anchors down here. I don't know. If it really wants to come all the way down to 23,100, it can. It can just drift and drift and drift, slow burn all day. And then it opens up at a very awkward part next Monday, that means. Okay, initial balance now set. Your IB for the day is that right? 200 odd points? Nah. It is. It is that much. Okay, so auction versus failed auction theory now. Definitely not going to be picking bottoms here, and I'm definitely not going to short in this blue box. So I'm just left to sit still. It's really hard. When this happens, for me, it's really hard because I want to be involved. Just backside of the move, trapping those buyers above 40s, above here at the moment. All the time we're heavy under here, they're not going to be let out. And the book is just like both sides. This is not what you want to see when it's like this. No magnet. They're just both sides are just playing games. And it's the same score on ES. Oh! Should have stayed in bed. Said at the beginning of the day after they swiped that high. Normally I'd be thinking about short, but I don't like that it's done it before the open. If we'd done... Oh, don't do that. If we'd done this move here at 9:30, I would have been much more confident about short. I hate that they did that before the open. See if we can have a look at the mag here quickly. Meta got slammed today. Nvidia's trying to get a bit of reaction. Tesla's trying to get a bit of reaction. Let me just close this down. Right in my eyes. So bouncing a little bit off high time frame algo and this trend line. Let's see if it gets a bit of relief and if they sell it. Tesla not far away from pulling back into VWAP here. Nvidia bouncing off the lows, Meta bouncing off the lows. Google still looks weak. Amazon trying to bounce off the lows. Microsoft still looks weak. Apple trying to bounce off the lows and test VWAP. So that initial balance so far is setting low of day. Do we drift above that high at like 38, 238 to 250? That's what I'm wondering. Do we get back into sort of here? So M15 imbalance up there, maybe. Reclaim that, then we go squeezy. Reject it, then we go for a retest of low of day. The only thing I can do right now is wait for it to try and reprice up towards that kind of area. Next zone, we've got an old. Well, we're reacting off this old value area high at the moment. The next place I'd say if it would want to trade down would be point of control into 62s, and then probably this wick 50s, and then you're looking at this down here 10s. But at the moment we're holding this old value area high 85s. All right, so that's the liquidity that we built Tuesday, and we then got above it and it's pulled back and it's holding it for now. Yeah, I would say you're right. I think it will take this liquidity at tens for a quick push, and then I actually want to see if it will trade up to 1450s and how it reacts up there. Yeah, exactly. But if it gets through that RAF, then it can trigger a squeeze. If you look on the 15-minute, that's the imbalance where we broke down from. And if we reclaim that kind of area, the VWAPs and PDC, then we can squeeze back for high of day, which will confirm that this was a repriced to thin volume, an old RBS, the blue box. I know we got very, very slightly under it. Well, I might have just drawn that wrong. It needs to be right here. No, we did get slightly under it. So I'm watching here now, basically. Do we build out some form of two-leg pullback and then fail, or do we do this, base, and then squeeze? Those are the opportunities now for the rest of the day. Those are the only things I'm really considering. If it just keeps drifting, it's going to make it very hard to get involved because we're currently in an RBS in a low volume gap. I don't really want to initiate a new position in here as a short, I mean. Yeah, sweep of tens there. Feels like it's got the juice to try and have a bit of a dig higher at the moment. Liquidity is on the book 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. They're just going to make this really hard. Can already feel it. Retest of 200s. Retesting towards the lows here. So a swipe of 10s. They're trying to protect that initial balance for now. This is a decision point for this market, like we talked about. Remember, if shorts fail to break the lows here, this is where they get stuck. And then I would almost guarantee we test up towards 40s and 50s at that point. If they get stuck, if they get the break of the lows, and we can go all the way down to these VWAPs. So far, we're protecting high time frame. So we're trading between lower time frame, high time frame, which is why we're building liquidity. Pretty strong reaction there. That last kill candle just got absorbed straight back up, straight back to flow zones again. And the momentum on the day has been downside all morning so far. We haven't had much relief. If you look at an M15, an M5, and H1, there's no relief. So do they give some relief here? The last 5 minutes is the first green candle we've had since 9:50. If they use it to sell lower without repricing any M15, be hilarious. This means drift, 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 drift. You don't want to fight trend. ES looks weak here by the comparison. SPY is trading right by their IB low here. VIX trying to get through its previous day low, previous day close here at the moment. Yes, exactly, Ryan. That's exactly it. That's a high time frame liquidity building stage when we're between those levels. Because we're not above one or below one, so neither algorithm is in control, basically. Here's initial balance low on ES. Are they going to go for expansion or sweep and turn back inside? So far, sweep and turn back inside is the play. Nice, B2, good work. Here are your 10s again. Can still be a bear flag this to go lower time frame. Can still reprice to 50 as well. Like this 20s, 25s, 30s, 35s on the book. There's still buyers down below as well. They're stacked both sides right now. They are stacked both sides right now. They're just like squeezing price like this. It drifts higher, fills some, and then you take it lower, fills some. Like this. It's not like we've got a magnet, we're going there. Yesterday was nice and clean. We took one level and then we just went, right, we're going the other way. The book does not feel like that at the moment. Yes, breaking down, or at least trying to, underneath initial balance. Does it get us clean break, or is it just going to sweep again? VIX is trying to get above PDC. So VIX and ES are in alignment. NQ's just trying to move back upside. Apple now green, Amazon green, Google green, Tesla green, everything else red currently. Feels like we're going to go for that 15-minute imbalance here. Are we going to get relief up to 40s and 50s? Sell it, big seller here at 20s. ES looks weak. We got divergence here. Here's 20s. They're trying to fill this guy at 20s. The volume's all but gone. ES just hanging around at its initial balance low. VIX just hanging around at PDL, PDC, just to make everything basically impossible. I feel like we want relief to that M15, but it's the divergence going to make it really hard. As always, it's been the story in the tape. Other than yesterday, it's been the story in the tape ever since I got back from holiday. This is the market we've had. Starting to try and reclaim the flow zones here. Sellers here, 25, 30, 35. Are they going to fill these guys? Are they going to get up to 40s and 50s? And then do we get through that or not? Are we going to sell versus that? Now they go. Of course they do. Of course they do. Time 15 more minutes. $34 to $50. Starting to see tapering, rounding bottom here. I just want to see one more reaction, like a pullback, which is instantly absorbed. And if not, then we know they're not in control. Like I said, ES looks very weak by comparison. ES reapproaching lower day here then. And absorbed again so far. And VIX going for PDC and PDL again. So this should break down on the ES if VIX is going to go for a splurge over that. If they fail to break down, again, this is where the buyers will trap the shorts in the blue box to go higher. So this is the problem at this moment. And the liquidity is not giving me an edge right now, I'd say. No big orders. I'd say if buyers hold this level here and start putting in high highs, then we're going to go on a squeezer. If we start snapping this, just think about this as a bear flag. If we start breaking down under it, then we can go and fill down to here, I'd say. Again, I would have rather we came up to 40s and 50s before we did any of this move here, but you know, they don't want to do anything I want today. I've got to turn this aircon off. Tapering at the low of day here, folks. Tapering at the low of day. The book looks terrible. This is awful. This is not what you want to see. No edge. No edge in that. Yes, back towards low of day and initial balance low again. Still not breaking under it. VIX still can't get through PDC either, so we're just trapped. We are trapped in this sideways kind of action until we make a decision. Nada, nada, nada. The book is literally saying everything to me right now. See this? It's just both sides. No edge. It's not like we've taken one and we're going for the other. This is just nonsense. Just nonsense. Can't do anything with that. You cannot do anything with that right now. Jeez. Yes, trying to taper off its lows. Bigger orders. So as it gets darker in color, from like blue to yellow to orange to red, is bigger orders. So you want to see big red stacked on the book. You're not seeing that. You're just seeing orange orders stacked everywhere. VIX got stuck there again. My patience is starting to be tested now. Starting to be tested. I'm like, what are we doing? Can we just do something? We've now been in a 30-point range for half an hour. And the volume's tapered off. All right, we're going to do a 50% giveaway because I'm getting bored. So if you can get me to 100 likes, we'll give away a code for 50% of, well, either my course or my indicator, whatever you'd rather. We can do either or. The winner can choose. Because this is boring now. Like, literally nothing's happening at this point. Every move up is getting sold into. Every pull down is getting bid back up. It's just nothing. But we've got to get to 100 likes. Let me see where we're at here. We're at 56. Half of you haven't hit like. So if half of you hit like, we'll do a giveaway. It's that simple. And if you win it and you're already a member, you can give the 50% coupon code to one of your mates or something. To redo some drawings on my charts here. Make sure I'm prepared for the spiders. There we go. So we're going high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, high. But this is the strong high that created this low. That's the danger at the moment. This is internal range being built. Kind of says to me we want to go lower until we get above this. All right, this is the strong move. This is just all internal. Problem is, do you want to action a new short in low volume in old higher time frame potential RBS. Not really. So it's going to make, they're making it really tricky, basically, is what I'm trying to tell you. Really, really, really tricky. Is there a DD, a drawdown in trade day? Yeah, it depends on the account. You can either have a trailing drawdown like you would in Apex. Those accounts are $59, or you can have an end of day drawdown like you would in like a Tradeify Growth or Top Step, and those are $99. And there's no activation fee on either of those that I've just said. So trailing drawdown, intraday $59, end of day $99, no activation fee. Hopefully that helps. Approaching these 20s again for the millionth time. Back to top of trend. Are we going to start exploding upside here, or do they just like do a little peak and wash straight back down again? Feels like we want to peak to 1450s here in a minute. Do I trust it? Do I F? But it does feel like it's trying to build for that peak. Problem is how they've built this liquidity. It's very clever how they've built this using this pivot high, because they know at any point they can flush this back down and clean everyone out who are trying to bid off this RBS. There's a reason this is working. This is an old, come all the way over here. Hello, TradingView, wakey wakey. It's an old high. All right, so we've peaked out. We're trading back to that old high right now. We're trying to see if it's going to hold. They know lots of people are trying to bid up to hold it. And they also know that they can come and sweep them out, because no one's been swept out yet, which is why I'm not convinced about taking a long yet, even though the area is good, the momentum's not great, and I think we need a dunk, which then reclaims before I really think, yes, maybe we get going. Cup and handle. You mean here? I mean microstructure, maybe, but like we're respecting this for now. We're respecting this. We've got this at the moment. Needs to take this out to open up more. I'd almost rather see that. Or even down here is fine if I'm going to think bullish. Right now we're bearish. Flow is bearish, so. There's a lot of slippage. I don't get any slippage. What are you getting slippage on? Are you marketing in? Do you have lag? It all depends what type of order you're using. But I mean, NinjaTrader doesn't provide the data. So as long as you don't have lag on your system, you shouldn't get slippage. Unless there's like a big news candle or something, then it doesn't matter where you're trading, you're going to get slippage. Okay, maybe now they're going to go for that wash. ES coming down to low of day like we just talked about. Still protecting the initial balance. So we need to go deeper in NQ to wash. ES has already done it. So we again have divergence for the 100 millionth time today and week. So no one's been washed out. None of these buyers washed out yet. All of them have been washed out on the ES, just so we understand here. No buyers washed out on NQ. Come on, NQ. You've got to do something. Otherwise, we're not going to get any form of play today. Come on. Here we go. Now, wash, 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 wash. Don't reclaim straight away. Ah, these market makers. Are they just going to take one level out and that's it? Okay, so far, who's been hurt? The only buyers that have been hurt so far are here. We want to see this now come and take these guys out, or at least some of them. Okay, ES, though, like we said, ES has just come all the way down here and is trying to reclaim. Okay, so massive divergence. Again, you've got to be careful. If you're in this short now, think about this. Like we said, I'm not getting long until we get above here. If you're in this short now, then be proactive because you're coming to lower day. If we start breaking down, you can come and fill this gap all the way down here at this point. All right, lots of liquidity built here as buyers. If they break this low, you need to take a partial and then you're holding for a runner lower. Here we go. So we just went over this, why I would not be long yet. This is exactly why I would not be long yet, because they need to come and take some of them out first. Either or, Sloth, but mainly today I've been talking about ES to NQ. So if we look at ES, oh, it's doing it now. ES, right, instantly broke down, right? Took everyone out. All the players got taken out. If we look at NQ, right, we still haven't taken them all out. And we might not. We might not take them all out. It's got close now, so I've just missed that, unfortunately. All right, so we might protect this. So we're watching ES. If ES starts reclaiming and NQ doesn't sweep the lows, then we're probably going to go upside at that point. We still have the VIX stuck at PDC and PDL is still stuck there. Does that make sense, Sloth? So normally I'm talking about ES to NQ. Occasionally I'll talk about the divergence between the ETFs, but I'll always say that and make it clear. Number one YouTuber piece. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it, B-Tool. So hopefully that made sense. You saw it play out in real time as I was talking about it. Why I would not be long in this, because when we think about strong highs and lows, for me, this is why this made it hard. Okay, I can go back to the beginning of the day and say why this was made hard. If this candle swept all of this at 9:30, from here I would have been short, but it did it pre-market, which makes me think, I don't trust you. This has not happened during market hours. We then move down. This 10 o'clock candle is gross because it doesn't take out this high. If we took out that high and turned down, again, I'd be thinking about short, but we leave the liquidity there. Nasty, 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 nasty. We then do this like drift and drift and drift, and then we base, okay, without taking anyone out of the game, and now we've taken them out of the game. So now if we turn, we know the damage has been done. Buyers got forced out the money. New shorts have chased in who don't cover. If we come back up here, there's a long position. If we start breaking out of initial balance low at this point, we know we have trend conditions now. Yeah, whenever you see liquidity built like this trend line, high, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, internal, 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 you need to look left and think, where's the strong point? This is the high that created this low. So all the time this is protected, we are technically in a short, which means this is they're allowing buyers to get involved, to build liquidity, potentially to go lower. Now, they haven't done it lower on both indexes, but they have done it lower on the ES. They just absolutely ruined everyone on there and did like a 10-point shove. So they let them drift it higher to 35 and then just wash them out to 27. And now it's trying to reclaim initial balance on the ES after doing that move, okay? That's why I watch them as a pair. It's the only reason I watch them as a pair. Sometimes it's very frustrating watching them as a pair, but I have to do it because it will give me a little bit of edge in the market. Here's the reattempt of the low then. So initial balance low, higher time frame algo, everything down here. Now you have ES trying to go upside, which is fantastic, isn't it? Like divergence the other way around at this point. And they're adding liquidity lower at this point, okay? 75, 80, 75, 170 all on the book, which will be the bottom for me. Oh, it doesn't look the same on here, but for me, demand, I've got it on Ninja Trader. I can show you here. It goes to the bottom of that 170. Easy conditions today. For me, it's been tricky. Like, it's hard. When I look at this, I think, oh, it looks so easy. But it's just missing one key thing every time, taking liquidity. For me, that's like the key signature I look for. We went over it in a private lesson last week. When we do these moves and we don't take it, it makes it very tricky. Really does. Surely we are not going to leave equal lows here, market. Expect them to take the lows. I would not expect them to leave equal lows here like they left equal highs, like I just went over at 10 o'clock. But so far, they are. Sweep on M and Q and not an NQ. Why? Just different order flow. Yeah, that's also annoying when they do that. More people trade NQ, so I watch the order flow on NQ. But yeah, sometimes you get that right. It's very rare, but sometimes you do get it. Look at ES, reclaiming initial balance, trying to drive upside after sweeping, protecting higher time frame algo. We are also protecting higher time frame algo right now. I would expect NQ would sweep, but again, has it done it this morning? No, it left 10 a.m. highs, did exactly the same thing as here, left these equal levels. It's gross when it does it, but it does do it. All right, we are 31 likes away from giving away 50% coupon to use on the Flowzone website. You can use it for whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you like. Really, NQ, you're not going to take the luck. Really, NQ, you're going to make it impossible for me to take a trade today, aren't you? You're really going to do it. You're using Take Profit Trader, using Ninja Trader at the moment, but there's a lot of slippage. It's got to be your lag, mate. There's no slips on the book. You know, you've got... And what's a lot of slippage to you? I would check your lag. ES reclaiming here. All right, ES looks like it's trapped them all. Your low is 23,180, but are you on M and Q, not on NQ? Marek, are you looking at NQ, not M and Q? On TradingView and on Ninja Trader, I have this. Like Ryan said, M and Q swept, NQ didn't. Yeah, M and Q swept, NQ didn't. No. How many charts we got to watch now, folks? Do I need a new monitor? I need an M and Q chart now as well. What do I mean by lag? I mean by the point at which it's executing your orders due to your internet. Are you plugged in? Are you hardwired into your internet? Are you running off a good enough computer? Etc. etc. It will not be a CME data issue. It's very unlikely to be a CME data issue at the moment. It looks very clean to me. You've said it a few times today, which means it's probably going to be your internet or your computer. It will not be anything to do with Ninja Trader. Or it's very unlikely. How much have I got to pay for that, though, Coop? When I put it on night mode, it's called Sleepy Joe mode. Night, Sleepy Joe mode. It's the best monitor. It's 3-inch. Biggest monitor in the world, 3 inches. All right, and ES looks amazing here. It's done everything I'd want to see. NQ is not doing, or like it looks good, but it didn't sweep, and that's for me is a problem. As we all know, I like liquidity to be taken, and we're starting to drift higher. So we've got 15s, 25s, 20s, 40s, 45s all on the book, which is a M15 imbalance. So we go to a 15-minute. I was talking about it earlier, but I can show you. right up here, this red block. All right, this is where a kill candle came in earlier. Obviously, it's not going to let me draw because it just likes to be a pain. There we go. So can we sweep these guys out? And then how do we act there? Or do we reclaim and then we go for highs? All I wanted to see was this. It's all I asked for today. Same as this. All I wanted to see was this. But no, NQ, you just want to spend today frustrating Alex, don't you? That's what you want to do. You're like, how much can I piss Alex off on a Friday? Well, the answer right now is quite a lot. Oh, and here she goes. I find my laptop, there's lag on the first few orders. So when I start, first I go on NT and I load a load of open and closes on Sim. There you go. It's a good idea. Tyson, well, I started Coop's Corner Challenge sheet yesterday, blew up today. Started 5 new today, got 100 each. Done for the day. You blew up today. You had a monster winner yesterday, didn't you? Or are those different accounts? Tyson, slow down. Slow down. Alex the liquidity hunter. Yeah, like what was his name? That bounty guy. You had him in the States. Was he based in Florida or somewhere? He had like long hair. You know who I'm talking about. Dog, that's it. Dog, the bounty. What was the show? The Bounty, was it Bounty King? I used to love that back in the day. The Bounty Hunter. Dog, the Bounty Hunter. Isn't he in jail now for isn't he a crackhead? I'm pretty sure he's a crackhead. Okay, look at ES now. It left liquidity at 633575. So you've got 1, 2, 3 equal highs up there. Andrew, that's a different show on a different site. I have no idea what you're talking about. Kids, censor your eyes. Andrew's being filthy in chat. We'll have none of that in here. Is he actually in Fort Lauderdale? So the MILF he's going after is very rich people, probably. Fort Lauderdale. I've only been there once. I was at my friend's wedding at the Breakers. Awesome hotel. Did enjoy it. Man, it was hot. It was hot. Okay, are we going to sweep this? Do you want to sweep this so we get something? Doesn't feel like it does. VIX trying to get through PDC for the millionth time today. I'm looking at a 5-minute chart on VIX. We've been up here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 attempts on 5-minute bars to get through PDL, PDC. None have worked. And now looking at the book, I'm slightly concerned because they've started to make sure there's not much downside and most of the liquidity is now upside, which makes me think they're going to drift it higher without taking liquidity at the moment, which would be, well, it would mean Alex doesn't get a play. 45 minutes left, it would mean I don't get a play. Is that actually true, Andrew? Yeah, Breakers Hotel is really nice. Andrew, are you being genuine? Is that actually true? Wow, okay. I want to check that place out. Do they all hang out there? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. All right, guys. So I've booked a room at the Breakers. That's so jokes. JD Florida man. I live 5 minutes from West Palm Beach. I'm guessing that is. Are you in the money in those Did you get those this morning or last night, Lee Kim? We're just building out a range now. All right, here's your range. So we've gone from trend to tapering to range. We're boxed in. Alex doesn't trade range, as we know, so Alex is waiting. Thursday, what was that? Oh yeah, nice. Well, as long as you got it at a good level on Thursday, you should be good. This might be for the day. This might be, oh, it for the day, I'm guessing you mean, Ryan? Yeah, that's how I'm feeling as well. Just watching these orders at 20, 25, and 40 to see if they're just in a rush to quickly go and fill them. Again, it makes it hard to take the long here, knowing that NQ hasn't swept. But, you know, not only is it not swept, it left equal lows. But with ES doing what it's doing, it does feel like we want to go upside here. It really does. ES is going to go for it. This wants to move up. This wants to move up at this point. What a bugger. Look at liquidity on ES. ES wants 39s. Still liquidity downside in ES, which is a bit concerning. Bids at 30s and 25s. Offers at 37, 39, 40, 42 right now. So yes, back to where it keeps failing from all morning long. Those equal highs we keep talking about there on ES. Still hasn't taken it. You'd imagine it would just pop through it. Surely we don't trade up here again and fail on ES. Raphael, it is better to enjoy life and live it like rich and die poor than to live like poor and die rich. Nobody's taking anything with them. Yeah, quite agree. And what is rich? Rich is not just about money. Rich is about so many things beyond money. This wants to go 20s, 25s, 40s coming up. 20s, 25s, 40s coming up. If they don't do it, it's absolutely gross. There's no liquidity to the downside now. There's 20s. There's 25s coming, and then you're looking at 40s. I can't believe they did me dirty like that. Didn't let me in. I can't believe they didn't let me in. So now they're adding 40s and 50s. They're trying to drift it up to that imbalance we talked about. They want to go and back test it. We're getting 50. Yeah, it's up to you. You can have 50% off the course, or you can have a 50% code for the Ninja discount package. But you've got to get me to 100 likes, and so far it's not happening. So share the stream, get some people to jump in here, hit the like button, and then we can give a giveaway. Yesterday we gave away 2 Apex accounts. Anyone who didn't join, we did a quiz yesterday because we took the low-hanging fruit. So we spent the last hour doing a quiz. Did ES swipe there? No, it didn't. Oh my word. Did it really just do that again? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 equal highs up there on ES. This is not fitting criteria for me to trade at the moment. I'm going to use bathroom. Be right back. I just realised why we're getting bad price action. It's monthly expiries, isn't it? It's OPEX. 18th, yeah. That's why. That's why. And that's why the VIX is stuck. It's OPEX. Oh, why didn't I realise that earlier? That's pretty stupid. All right, we're still not through. This is kind of gross. Chop, chop, chop. Back in the chop. Choppity chop. So ES has left equal highs and NQ's left equal lows. 150? One for a full reprice of this, maybe. I don't know, mate. I'm not going to say you're wrong. We could easily do it. I can easily see us going back to 51st, 251st. I just don't know. It's just nothing's moving, man. We're stuck. Think about how long we came down here at 1025, 50-point range for an hour. We've spent an hour doing this, not sweeping this, and ES leaving equal highs here. They're making it impossible. They're literally, for my rules, for someone who's very rules based, you see when we have A plus, like yesterday we had A plus, we get nice moves after sweeping liquidity. Today we have not done it. That explains why the tape has looked so bad all day now. Now I understand. Why didn't I see that earlier? We need to set up a thing in Discord which alerts us to OPEX days, because we know those are going to be shite to trade. $40 minutes left. 18 likes for 50% code off or whatever you want on the Flowzone website, flowzonetrader.com. So if you want the beginner to advanced course, you can get 50% off. If you want the Ninja Trader indicator, you can get 50% off. If you want the Trading View full suite, you can get 50% off. If you want the new beginner course, which I just launched, which I'm sure you guys don't, but if you want it because you want to get to give it to someone as a present for a birthday or something, you get 50% off. Whatever you want, you get 50% off. And if you're already a member, you can give it to a mate. Getting hot under these lights. The blue box, it's at RBS level. Look at Tuesday's high. Look at Tuesday's high trend tree. Yeah, so all we've done, breakout, retest. We can hold this to go higher next week, or we can come for a deeper pullback and fill this whole imbalance. It's up to it. This gray box is the imbalance. The blue box is an RBS. So I don't really want to be trading short in an RBS. The short was up here and it happened pre-market, which is so dirty. And then just to make it worse, when we're finally setting up to maybe have a continuation trade at 10 a.m., this spike up left this liquidity. So at 10 a.m., here's your spike. This left this liquidity. Had we gone over that and then come down, we could have traded it downside, but we left liquidity. Okay, and then right here, we've left liquidity. And then if we go to ES, oh, on ES it says here, no, it's left liquidity. Yeah, so today is a full-on frustrate Alex and trap other participants. I have taken one quick turnaround trade just so that I've locked in a day. That's it. Like I literally pressed open close just so I get my day in the book. Yeah, I agree. ES is trying to go and steal that liquidity higher. If we can't get to the likes, which doesn't look like we're going to be able to, yeah, let me see if I can help it. ES going for it again. The danger is if ES sweeps it and then turns back inside, and then NQ can maybe go and sweep its lows. ES still can't do it. This is actually ridiculous. Shall we play a quiz or something, team? The range was plotted perfectly. Yeah, pretty good. Fairly accurate. This is bad, isn't it? It is pretty amazing to me that ES won't just go and take out like 36 and then help drag this market up a bit, but it won't. And the mag's mixed. Tesla 2.5% up, Nvidia 0.5% down, Meta 0.25% down, Google 0.5% up. Amazon, 0.25% up. Microsoft, 0.25% down. Apple, just over 1/3% up. Complete mix. Come on. Go and take a side. Go on, ES. I dare you to get up to 36. Is going to reject it. No way. Swipe it. What are you doing? That is now the 1, 2, 3, fourth equal high on a 2-minute chart. It's probably even more on a 1-minute chart. Yeah, Nightbot gets stressy, doesn't it? Okay, here goes NQ. So we're going to go up to 40s now. We're going to go up to this level now at this point. So if you're in this long, fair play. And there goes ES. Finally, ES has cleared out the levels. Finally, ES has cleared out the levels. It took it forever. Forever. Nine more likes, folks. We're almost there. We can almost do a 50% code. We're almost there. We are almost there. I tell you what, I would laugh if we go back for those highs from 10 o'clock. That 10 o'clock candle high, that would make me laugh somewhat. So old imbalance, New York VWAP, potential supply where we broke down this morning. This is like the edge of it, and yesterday. And if we start chomping through this, it would not surprise me to get all the way back towards 300 if we can get through all of this. I think first stop's probably 40s. 40s is on the book. That's probably where it wants to go for its first stop. Here it goes. 30s. Oh, we're going to get going now. You got some follow through. Have you got some follow through? 30s, 40s, and 45s on the book. I am in this long at this point. Just scalping. Just one account. Trying to see if we can get this. Push up towards 40s. Took all day to do this curl. We're trading into these 40s, right? Anchored VWAP this high. If we get through all these levels, we're probably going to go and squeeze all the way up to here, basically 95s and 300s. But this is a big level if it's going to reject it. Oh my God, how long did that take? Why couldn't it just given me a sweep here so it could have let me order in nice and cheap? Has to be a pain. So ES might want to come back and back test 36s now, where we just finally squeeze through. Do feel more confident. We want to go up towards 50 at this point, 40s and 50s, where the sellers are on the book. First time today, it actually seems a bit one-sided, but let's see. Into that M15 imbalance, the edge of where we broke down, the VWAP. or a back test, maybe, if the next pullback holds. Finally broke out of trend, buy signal, and we're just trying to drift higher. All I want to do is just, can we drift higher? ES might pull back to 36s like we talked about, where it just broke out from. The one danger, obviously, talked about it enough times, NQ has left that low. All right, it has left that low. Trying to flag off the top now. Come on. You got juice? Have you got some juice? Adding into this. Have we got some juice here? Come on. Don't fail. Don't fail at 25 like 35. You got to be kidding me. Come on. This is pathetic. Cap 35. Looking for 37, 40, 45, 50 now on the book. Market orders getting heavy here to the sell side. Be careful. This is not ideal. Not ideal conditions. Near that VWAP now. We're getting very close to TP. TP1. Through that, we're going squeeze. You're not even going to get me TP1, are you? You're not even going to give me TP1. Yeah, it's going to pull back into its imbalance and see if there's a bid. And if there's no bid, then I'm out. Here it is. There's the imbalance. There's the attempt at a bid on ES. Check the book on ES as well. 39, 40, 41 key on ES. That's where they all are. That's where all the sellers are. Come on, it's not that hard, apart from it's OPEX making it hard. There we go. Come on, come on. Let's just go 40 so I can get one off. Please. You're going to let me get one off. Are you letting it? Come on. No. You're not going to let me get one off. All right, I've got to take one off. I have to take one off. It's taking way too long. Can always re-add in. How shy were we there? 3 points? 3 points shy of VWAP, maybe a bit less. I want this liquidity here taken. 39. We want 39s. Sellers now. 36, 37 and a half, 40, 45, 47 and a half, 50. Bids down at 225s. Gonna wait to see if it offers a deeper pullback at this point. It's annoying me. Just want to get into here. Same thing I wanted to do earlier, and we just sold too quickly before I could get into it. All right, back towards flow zones. This might be the deeper pullback. If they don't hold this, then no bueno. I want to see 21s to 16s hold. If they don't hold it, then I'm not interested. The reason I'm not interested if they don't hold it is just knowing that this is here. I'd have way more conviction if this had simply done one of these. That'd be great. That was the key part for me. Here's 21s. So we've gone through wick. Don't want it below flow zones, really. Don't like the look of the S. Have to go break even here. Nice absorption. God, that was close to taking me out. It's going to take me out, isn't it? Vic's finding a bid here as well. At the worst time possible. How's your timing? How is your timing? There we go. Go, 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 go. This is better. I'll move this up. Defend 23s. Bar to bar. Defending this now at 23s. Not interested because I think if we break 23, we take that wick and it would knock me out break even. So. Oh, I'm in by a tick. I'm in by a tick. Maybe not for much longer. How long we got left here? Not long. Oh, are they going to do it? Are you going to do it for me? Need it to trap here. Don't need a lower high, lower low. Don't need that. Definitely do not need lower high, lower low here. Lower time frame. Need absorption and push. Yes, don't you dare. Vic's filling his gap. Come on, just need one swipe. One swipe. Just want that swipe to 40. It's all I'm looking for. And then I'll hold a runner if we can get through it, or I'll move my stop up. 35, 40, 45, all on the book. I feel like we can do it. This builds out this little inverted head and shoulder. That will be the trap to go. This is looking better now. Thank you. God, you kept me in by literally a tick. Come on. Stop fanning around at 35. It's 26 lot. Stop fanning around. Go. 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 Now 40s. Now 40s. Now 40s. Now 40s. Now 40s. Now 40s. Oh, don't make me mark it out. Now 40s. Now 40s. Now 40s. 40s. Playing games with me today. Come on. Come on. Tapping view up there. I should have gone 39, shouldn't I? That's my fault. I should have gone 39s. What did we get? 38. Still wouldn't have got filled. Okay, moving stop up a little bit more. because we can fail up here. All right, because this is supply. This is why I drew it as red. So what we were playing there, ideally we would have swept here, but we had divergence where NQ didn't sweep, ES did sweep. So that was your clue number one. There's your first pullback. I waited. There's your break. There was my stop. I added in here, stop here, and now we're looking for this. And then if we get over this, like I said, I wouldn't rule out this for the rest of the day, all the way up here. But if we just pump into here and fail, then we're probably going to retest the lows. So if this move is just a pullback leg, one leg, two leg, maybe a little trap one, this can happen. Can absolutely happen. And there's your signature. Buy signal here, downtrend broken, engulfing candle, flow zones flip, off, higher time frame demand after repricing, probably 50% of this imbalance. Let's have a little look and measure it out. You're going to give me a fib? Maybe you will if you're kind. Yeah, golden zone of this imbalance. And maybe we can get up into here. And then from that point, I'd be risk off, because at that point, if the market wants to roll over and come back towards the lows, it can, because it's done its obligation of getting back into this level. I sound like a horse race. Yeah, I do. Stuck underneath the anchor at the moment. I'm slightly concerned because VIX is moving up at the same time. But there's still 40s, 45s, 50s all on the book. All right. I'm looking for this to get filled. I just want to get some off into this move. I just want a little push to come and fill these. If it doesn't do it, it is what it is. What are you going to do? Low probability day. Come on. You really thought about it then? Delta looks good. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I can see them building on the tape. Come on. Give me that fill. Give me that fill. I dragged it down to 39, as you can tell, because I was getting annoyed. All right. Let's see. We got any more juice? Have we got more juice? ES is looking better now. Looks like it's curling to go on a flag. Looking better. Looking better. Looking better. Let's go. Let's go. More juice. More juice. More juice. More juice. Give me the juice. Let's get juicy. Boom. There we go. All right. Now we're looking for 45s and 50s. So if you're in this long, make sure you are paying yourself. Please make sure you're paying yourself. We're coming into supply now. This is not a new money long area here. Here was your new money long area. This is not new money long. This is where they might reject. If we get through it and hold it, then we can think about a new money long for a trade back up to 295. Hopefully some of you got that with me. Geez, did I have to wait to get one half decent trade? I don't even think it was half decent. It's like a B trade. Yeah, back into opening range. If we pump a little bit higher. On this M30, we can reprice to 50. Think about the higher time frame. We can reprice right to here, top of the red box. Yeah, point of control, 53 from yesterday. Lower end where we snapped from, basically the same point. So we're just going to call it 50. If we pump through, then we're looking at 70s for current day. Point of control, here we go. Finally, market. Finally. Why did they have to make it so hard for such an easy trade today, both sides? They really had to make that hard. Make sure you're moving your stop up now, folks. Ideally, we just go absolute ripperoo. There's still liquidity on the book. Like I said, I like it when the book looks like this. See how earlier it stacked both sides? Now, black hole, and we have clear red levels to look at. This is where the market's trying to go. It wants to fill these sellers, ideally. It was absolutely. It was a pain in the butt today. ERS stop break even twice, mate. It's annoying when it does that, isn't it? Had a small loss earlier. First red day this week. Hey, that's really good though. You hit 4 green days, 1 red day. That is amazing trading. VWAP coming up, lower time frame algo coming up, into the top of supply coming up. So you can take another partial into this if you want, or you can just move your stop up on the runner in case we are going to go for 300s, just in case. I'm not saying we go there, but just in case. This was a sticky area earlier. Remember, this is where we broke down from. Okay, I'm going to move this because we've repriced that side of it, and I'm going to do a smaller one right here. Like that. Oh, well done to those who hung around with me all day. We are now like 30, 40 points in the money. Boom, there's a nice swipe. Yep, exactly. M15 imbalance, important. Exactly. Make a decision for the rest of the day what we do here. There's lots of things here. PDC, low time frame algo, VWAP, M15 imbalance. Supply just overhead now. You should have made money. W's in chat. If you managed to get that with me, W's in chat. If you didn't, I'm sorry. It was not the easiest move. Even here, I was starting to lack confidence. Even in this move here, we talked about this pullback to reprice this imbalance. It needed to hold. It held. And even here, I was like, I want to see this curl and go. It did do it, but it didn't make me have a lot of confidence in it. But it held flow zones. Like I said, I want to see it hold flow zones. Flow zones flipping now. We're looking for bullish momentum up to here, which we're now getting. Yeah, Lights for you got it. JD got it. Coop got it. Yeah, it's a small win, but we'll take it on a day like today. Tiny win. Win's a win. BU win. B-Tool, nice win. Jeff with the win. Andrew with the win. Russell with the win. Nice work, team. We had to wait. We had to be really patient. Once we missed those shorts this morning, or at least I did, it didn't fit my criteria. We had to wait for the longs. Again, it didn't actually fit my criteria, but I had to trust that divergence with ES was going to hold. Bart got a small piece. Silum, is that how I say it? W. Nice work, team. Nice work. All right. So you should be down to runner. Rejecting the top of this M15 imbalance so far. We've peeked through it. We've not based above it. We're at VWAP. We're at low time frame algo. We're at the PDC, and you have 8 minutes until the close. This might be the only trade you get today, in which case, just be happy. You got a trade on a Friday. We'll take it, right? We'll take it. You can flip this now. Think about this steep channel. You can do one from the first pullback, and that's how steep it is right now. And that is a pretty strong buying continuation channel right now. That's what you're in. And the target, ultimate target, will be these. Exactly why I couldn't get short earlier. Will be these, right? That's ultimate target. So we can do. Those of you who can't see it, this right here would be TP1. I'd say TP2 would be IB high, and TP3 will be the all-time high up here. So if you're in this from anywhere down here, you should have taken partials, and you're looking for in here to take a partial, and then you're trying to hold for this move here into 95s, New York Open. All these levels are going to be key if it's going to drift all the way back. 15. Yeah, not too bad. That's the thing, man. Like, all it needed was that tiny move. And on a line chart, I probably would have taken it because the body, because obviously line chart, we go from close to close to close to close. The close does come underneath, but it's tricky. That there's your RBS. There's your break. There's your new RBS. So you're long, 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 partial, 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 right? So if this doesn't hold this area here now, it will be a problem and we'll come all the way back down because we've left this down here. It is nice though, even on the 5. I see what you mean, Coot. It's a cheeky one. Into this. All right, that's why we look left. And you're starting to see some failures there now, all right, off that supply. So where we broke down from this morning, remember buyers overnight we're trying to absorb. We break down, we retest. This should have been a short. All right, this should have been a short. So what do we do now? We come back to that same area, and if they're still there and they're strong, we will rotate. If they're not that strong, we will reclaim and we will search for next liquidity, which are the lines up here. Or alternatively, you are going to do this the rest of the day. Yeah, that's could be the alternative. ERF, I'm struggling with my executions. I had that long set up at 25s. 25s here, okay, and hesitated to take it. Result is me getting stopped break even twice. This happened earlier in the week to where I could not capitalize. Okay, so if you took 25s, I mean, even I got a bit nervy there, I'll be honest, just how it was shaping up with VIX. If you took 25s, I'm going to imagine your order was first candle over this red bar, maybe. Or maybe, yeah, you must have taken that. So you got the reaction. You got this push above. At this point here, you're looking to protect this low, really. Technically, you're looking to protect that low, if that's a fresh order for you. My problem is I added in. So really, you should have been here looking for this. Still gives you 3R. It's only 7.5 stop on NQ. That's pretty good. Pretty good. My problem there is I tried to add into the winner and it ruined my average a bit, if I'm honest. They still look good, still holding trend, holding VWAP. Everything looks good. The chart always looks like a roadmap at the end of the day, but while actually trading, it feels very different. Yeah, like that's normal. That's normal. It will come though. You see how patient I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited, and it was either gives me a setup or it doesn't. It wasn't A plus because we didn't sweep, but at least ES did sweep. At least ES did sweep. So hopefully it makes sense why I took the trade. Was it an easy trade? It was not an easy trade. I'm going to be honest. I didn't feel comfortable in it for a long period of time, given the divergence across the book. But we've had that all week. I'm trying to like get my head around it. Like I'm going to continue to see divergence. It's just common at the moment. We start reclaiming up here. I would be a little bit nervy as a short. Is there any discount code to get 50% off? No, we will do it when we get to 100 likes. We need to get to 100 likes on the stream, and then we'll do a giveaway. Otherwise, there is, if you go to propfirmcompare.net, there is a small discount for Flowzone from there at the moment. I said I'd do 50% a month, giveaway a month, and it's rolled over the last couple of weeks, so we can still do it for this month. Okay, trapping between the two VWAPs, right? 24-hour VWAP, New York VWAP. There's your strong channel. There's Flowzone's holding price. You're into lunchtime here, folks, as well. All right, so you should have been taking partials into this. We don't know what will happen, but we do know that this is a level, so you must respect it. We look left, we respect. Once this support, breaks down, becomes resistance, right? So you respect that level. You do not try and force your way through that level. The market will either get above it and give you a new opportunity for a new long, or it will not. It will reject it and it will start rotating. Right, while you try and get these extra 5 likes, I'm going to get a refill of my coffee. Hopefully when we come back, we can do a giveaway, and then we can decide, how are we going to do the giveaway? Maybe we'll do following me on Twitter or Instagram, or we'll figure it out. All right, folks, be right back. Hey, are we there? 4 more. 4 more likes. Everyone's leaving the stream on a Friday. It's so funny that they get one trade with me, make some money, and then they bugger off. I mean, I don't blame them. I like the mouse, by the way, Coop. It's really nice. I love the cable on it. It's got quite a loud click, though. Oh, I'm supposed to remove these. I didn't see these on the bottom. Get rid of these. Probably shouldn't do this while Ninja is open in case I get in a trade accidentally. It's probably a bad idea. There we go. Okay, back to here. So you can see rejecting this same area. How simple is that, folks? How simple is that? Support became resistance. Wow. All these like people will try and overcomplicate it. Support became resistance. You can call it an order block, you can call it supply, call it what you want. All right, it's very simple. It's a level where buyers got trapped earlier. Simple as that. We are still in uptrend here, technically. Lower time frame. Lower time frame is still making higher highs and higher lows for now. That is your main wave. If we start breaking down under here, this block here becomes important. If we wash or if we protect it and get back above here and then squeeze end of day, I would not put that out the question. I'd be watching the mag to see if they want to participate in that move personally. That's what I'd be looking for. How many more likes do we need? 3 more likes. Done for the day. Nailed that short just now. Got my $100. What a struggle. Nice work, Coop. Yeah, just off supply, so retest fail. That little sweep of this makes sense. Starting to wash here on the ES a little bit. Vic's trying to find a bid. $99 of you. We're almost there. Una mas, una mas. That's all you need is a una mas. Still rejecting that M15 imbalance and view up so far. All right. And the old point of control as well from yesterday. Can I ask, is anyone having problems with their kill zones on TradingView? They seem to be not working for me. I cannot work out what's happened. As in the Globex levels. All right. If they want to come for those lows, remember, they're intact. They can come for them. Just remember that. If they want to come for those lows, they can come for them. They are intact. Like I talked about, is the reason why the long wasn't really A++ for me. But ES did sweep them. But I'm just trying to make you aware. If they want to come for them in this move, they can come all the way back down here and sweep them out. They can still protect this level here. We literally just talked about it. This is your pullback zone. If they protect this, we can do this same move that we did. I don't know where we did it here, like a micro move. Same thing here. But if they start breaking this, I wouldn't be surprised to get back to this because this is very smooth. I know we took it on ES and MNQ, but we didn't take it on NQ. So I'm just a little bit aware of it. And it is the top of the range. So they're going to have to make a decision here. Do they hold this top of the range, drift back higher? Or are they going to rotate, go risk off? It happens, Coop. All right, look at that. 102 likes. Well done, team. Let's have a think how we're going to do this today. Let's have a think. Is there a way? Okay, what I would ask you as a thank you for me doing this stream is if you can give me a follow on Twitter or X and also on Instagram, I'd be very appreciative of it. It will at Flowzone Trader on all socials. But if you can do it on Instagram and Twitter, I'd appreciate it a lot. And we get into this giveaway. So at Flowzone Trader on Twitter and Instagram. Very much appreciated. Okay. It's all right, Beetle. It's Some people don't. I understand. Okay. If you are a regular or a subscriber or anything like that, you are going to get 2 times the chance of winning. Don't do it capitals, otherwise it probably won't work. Okay, all you've got to write is FZT. We'll choose a winner in a bit. Don't spam the chat either. You only need to do it once. Non-capitals, FZT. Your chance to win. Let me give this a few minutes to play out here for you. Thanks everyone following me. Greatly appreciate it. Starting to work on this account now. Got told off. Had a meeting with a social media manager. They went through all my YouTube and they were like, YouTube's great, but where's everything else? Starting to break down here. Wondering if they're going to come for this wick at 18. This low here. Wondering if they're going to play for it and then wash for low of day. We will find out. All right, have you all done it? Have I given you long enough? Let's see how many entries are in here versus how many are on stream. 30 entries, and there's 71 of you watching. So I don't know if some of you don't want to do it. Just FZT. I don't know, maybe it's just going to take a minute to catch up here. This thing's so annoying. It's saying a load of you have spammed. Come on, Nightbot, don't ruin this. There we go, it's starting to catch up here. All right, we're going to pull it. Where's the cat? Time here. We'll give it 40 seconds more. 40 seconds more. So still reacting off the top of this range so far. Didn't take this wick. So still, this is acting as lower time frame demand right now, for those interested. And if we start reclaiming, then we can go and re-attack this. It is into lunch. 10 seconds. Last chance, folks. Someone's going to get 50% off, and you can tell me what you want at that point. All right, draw the winner. Winner is Christy W. Christy W. So you can tell it's pulled it. It's not me. It's pulled it. It's random. Christy W. Are you in chat, Christy W? Are you in chat, Christy W? Hopefully you're here. There you are. There you are. What do you want? What do you want 50% off from the website? You can gift it to someone if you want. Do you want the course? Do you want the indicator suite for TradingView? Do you want it for NinjaTrader? Do you want a different course? Let me know. Let me know what you want. Bit of a shuffle here in the market, by the way. You got buyers here at 20 and 12. You got sellers at 28. You can email me if you want, Christy, if it's better for you, or DM me on Discord. Let me know what you want, and we'll sort you out. You've got my email, right? Do you have it? You can just do the Gmail one. It's fine. flowzonetrader@gmail.com. Okay, market trying to take this little level of liquidity here. We just talked about it, this wick here. So how we act now becomes important for the remainder of the day. Does it want to wash lower? VIX is starting to try and find a bid here. It's potential that we start breaking down at this point. Remember, NQ, low of day, is still intact. We got double bottom at those lows. It's still intact. All right, everyone. So I wish you all a fantastic weekend. What's coming this weekend? I've got a video dropping today. Probably not interesting for any of you. It's just a new beginner course. Tomorrow, I do have an educational video coming on the most common reasons traders fail. We go over those 3 reasons in detail. And I'll be back Monday. Everyone in Discord, yeah, I'll see you in there shortly. I have got to take Luna out. She's not been out yet. And have a great weekend. Be kind to each other. Be careful trading the afternoon. Remember, we're in OPEX. We've just done our retracement leg. It's possible that they come back for these lows here if they want. You have divergence all day with ES and even with M and Q like we talked about. So please be careful. Big love to you all. As a reminder, for the products still on sale, Apex still has an 80% sale on. I believe that's till the end of the month. We have a 40% sale on Take Profit Trader right now. That is unlikely to last much longer. There's no activation fee there. And you also have a big sale on at Trade Day and 35% off at Tradeify. Tradeify, yes. All right, so those are the best sales right now. If you want to see any of the sales, okay, something I haven't really said, but if you want to check out any of the sales and get the best code, or always guarantee the best code, you can head over to propfirmcompare.net right here. Try and squeeze it in, but it probably won't work that nicely. Right, propfirmcompare.net. And it's got all your best prop firms on there for you. All right, and then all you have to do is go to the coupon page. So it'll tell you all the best prop firms, what you can look at, why they're good. If you scroll along here, it will take you to the coupon page. What am I doing? Up here. All right, so lots of stuff. Lots and lots and lots of stuff you can check out there, and it will always get you the best price. And everyone else, I'll see you Monday. Appreciate you all. Thank you for turning up. Congrats, Christy. And yeah, peace and love. Be kind to each other. Use hard stops.